Hello, everyone. This is John Savage with Unwind Financial. Just wanted to come to you here on a Saturday, 10/12/2024. 12 has to do with governance and authority. Just wanted to talk to you real briefly, just to encourage all of you out there, business owners and those who are striving to be business owners, whether you're a Christian or not. I want to share some things with you, just a basic principle. Luke 12:15 talks about, Jesus says, take heed and beware of covetousness, that a man's life does not consist in the abundance of things. So why do I share that? I met a consultant years ago, shortly out of college, got married, starting a family, and he told me at this business meeting, we actually had a chamber meeting, it was in California, and he said, I work with a lot of business owners where they're starting out, they're just getting started, they're growing their business, but over time, he noticed a theme with them. As they start growing, making more money, continue to scale, they start changing their attitude. They start dealing with greed and other issues and concerns. So that he said they start off on the right track, but then they start going left. They start going another direction, many of them. And so why do I say that? I know when there's tough times like now, different things are going on, or there's ebbs and flows in business. Some businesses like restaurants can take 5 years to turn a real profit, and start feeling like you're seeing the light of day. There's companies like Uber didn't realize they were still basically working on building and building a profit. Um, but there's so many companies that grow, right? And they're growing aggressively. There's a lot more costs up front, and it costs a lot time, energy, maybe away from your family. But one thing you want to be grounded on is your purpose, your original vision. It's great. Companies say things all the time. Worked with companies that, they have a good thing. They have a whole team. They pay people to say the right thing. Saying the right thing and believing and actually doing the right thing behind the scenes and on the front end are two different things. And so as you're growing any company, whether large or small, I don't care if you're the world's greatest executive, whatever that means, is there's great leaders out there, but the bottom line is, why did you start your business in the first place? That's what you have to start off with. Why did you start it? Was it to make money? Then if it was, maybe that's kind of shallow, because there's always got to be a purpose behind it. Was it to grow and to service needs, solve problems, real world problems? We get paid for solving problems. Sometimes it takes a while before people get to know who we are and what we do, and how we can do it and how we can benefit them, but nonetheless. So we don't want to covet what someone else has. We don't want to be making decisions and get greedy, even how we build our business models. There's business models built around greed, out of fear. You get down to it, why there's many companies want to make sure they have your credit card information on auto pay, lockdown. They tell you, oh, well, we can't do it any other way. That's ridiculous. You set up the business the way you want to set it up. There's so many options nowadays for being able to do transactions. So that's not an excuse. What it is fear, and there's a lot of greed. And that can happen when you look at what someone else is getting, what you think they're getting or not getting. We see a lot of that on social media, on TikTok. We see that on Instagram, Facebook, you name it. It's easy to manipulate and paint pictures and do things a certain way, look a certain way, sound a certain way. But at the end of the day, get rid of all the scripts. We focus on reality, focus on building a business, focus on making a living, but do it with passion, do it with joy, and do it with the true heart, 100% intention of providing the best product or service you can for every single customer that walks through that door. It doesn't matter whether they're $1 million customer or a $10 customer. That $10 customer today could be going through something, but one day be that $1 billion customer based on how you treat them. So how you run your business, how you service your clients, and how you look at money and the value of what money is. And money, just remember, as far as a dollar, is just a tool. It's only a tool. Yes, you can measure it for different things and what your inflows and your outflows, your income statements, profit and loss statements, all that sounds great. But at the end of the day, every company has that. But why are you doing what you do? What differentiates you from somebody else? And so that's what I want to just encourage you guys on today. When you're building a business, it's not always easy. When you're going through the economy right now, it's going through some things. We're going to go through some more contraction. And I don't know what that's going to look like fully. I have my perspective on things. We've seen where things are changing, where banks are tightening. Banks don't have the money they used to on hand. People don't realize that. Don't just walk into a bank and everybody can just get their money. It's not exactly how it works. markets when things get tight. So anyway, just want to encourage you when you're running your business, focus on your model and servicing people well. Doesn't matter what's going on. Always do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Luke 12:15, it's about our heart and the condition of our heart and the way we do things. We're going to run our business that way. So when your customers have needs, they need help, even if someone you know you can help them and you can make a difference in their life, I would encourage you, especially during times like this, to make a difference. I understand you're not going to be able to help everybody. You can't just, some people say, well, I can't give away business. No, you're not giving away business. It might just be a delayed transaction in the future that'll come back to you in multiples, tenfold, a thousandfold, a hundredfold. You never know. You can't be the judge of that. Only God knows, for those of you who believe in God. And so, but I would just say, whether you believe in God or not, with Luke 12:15, the principles still stand. When we covet things, when we lust for things and we see what someone else has and we want to try and match and be like them. No, be the best version of you can be. Don't be the best version of someone else. You'll never be the best version of them. You can look like them, you can sound like them, but a wolf in sheep's clothing is still a wolf. When the times come and they're tested, you're going to see the wolf come out versus the sheep come out. So just know, just be true to who you are, be true to the calling on your life in which you feel called to do in servicing people. Whatever that looks like, do it well, do it with all your might. Don't worry about what you have or don't have. I watched Les Brown years ago, and this is where when we worry and fear, people get into scheming too to get business. I've seen it done many times. People do things, and but I'm like, hey, I've had to bounce. If I've had to bounce, I'm like, I'd rather bounce and doing the right thing and the right intentions than to sit here and see certain things that I know I don't agree with and have peace about and still do it anyway because, well, I'll just do this now. No, my kids have asked me many times and have said, hey, Daddy, how was work today? How are your business? How was business? How are your clients? Did you have any clients? When they see me walk through that door, sometimes 10 o'clock at night or later, in some cases, traveling 2 hours away when I was working as a notary, working with law firms. Um, I felt good at the end of the day. I don't care if I made $150 over that 2 or 3 hour period being gone from them or $700 within 2 hours. My response was still the same, and I was grateful, and I was able to share stories with them because I did the right thing 100% of the time. Even when the client might not have wanted to do business with me for whatever their reason, they saw me and they act like, oh yeah, oh no, we didn't call anybody. Um, I've had those experiences. Nonetheless, I enjoyed the drive. Praise God. And I was still able to come home and give my kids good news, knowing that what I was doing right, even when it was challenging and tough. So I just want to encourage you guys with that. I know I started to make another point, but I just wanted to just know that whatever you do, again, just do it with all your might. And if you believe in it, do it. Even if you're not sure what to do and how to do. Oh, that was my point. So with Les Brown, saw him years ago when I was younger. I was training for tennis and in between college. I just got out of high school and went to a seminar with my father, big convention at Richmond Coliseum. And I remember when Les Brown was just starting out getting his book deals, he had actually got his first $500,000 check advance on his first major book deal. And he had become a much more solid speaker at that time and an excellent presenter. And one of the things he said was, hey, go with what you got. You remember when he was younger, it's like, hey, take your tie, go out the door. Just take what you got, get your shoes, just go, 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 he would say. And in that speech that he did, and I never forgot that, it was like, you know what? As my business partner would say, I'll give 100% to 80. I'll take the 80%. If I'm not 100%, it's okay. I'm not going to get stuck on trying to be 100% and be perfect and never getting started or never getting anything done. But even if you have days or where you feel like the businesses, there's more, but only what's cranking out is 80%. Just give the best 80% you can. Anybody who sees someone being genuine and doing the best they can with the service they're offering or product, even when things don't go as planned, you have a choice of how to make it right. You have a choice of if you marketed something wrong or you put an ad out there that wasn't quite right, how to resolve the issue and still accommodate the client or just give them what they expected, especially if they drove some time away or had structured and prepared everything for a particular transaction. Do what you can to work with them to help make their life better off when they leave you than when they came. Okay. And so I just wanted to encourage you on that today. Again, Luke 12:15. It's a powerful principle that we can apply. You can just sit on that all week long, all year long. Don't be influenced about what's going on the outside, but you focus on controlling the internal locus of control of what you can control. That's what you can control. And from there, everything else will be beautified and develop over time on the outside. Well, until next time, just wanted to give that brief message and encouragement to all the business owners out there. Be encouraged, keep your head up, keep going, even when things look tough and look tight. Just keep going because there are brighter days ahead, as we all know. Night cometh, we all rest, unless you're working at night. And then the next day, the sun comes out, photosynthesis starts again. So, with that said, keep producing life, keep being fruitful, not just busy, but with the works of your hands, what you're doing that is truly fruitful and it's building value, not just perceived value, but real value. And the abundance and the things that are to come, whatever you're supposed to be doing in life, will continue to grow and flow when you're operating in capacity in which you're to operate. All right. Thank you. Until next time, God bless you and unwind.